New at 10, Houthi rebels in Yemen say the United States military conducted new airstrikes on multiple sites late tonight. The rebels say the attacks left at least 12 people dead and injured 30 others. The strikes targeted 3 areas, including the capital city, Sana'a. A large cloud of smoke seen rising over its skyline. The U.S. military's Central Command, which oversees American military operations in the Middle East, says it continues to conduct strikes against the Houthis in Yemen. The strikes have been part of a month-long bombing campaign that started when the Houthis began attacking commercial vessels in the Red Sea, a crucial global trade route. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says Russian drone strikes and shelling continued today, despite Russian President Vladimir Putin's declaration of a 30-hour truce. Fox's Stephanie Bennett has the latest tonight.
Instead of just 30 hours, President Zelensky wants this ceasefire to last at least 30 days. But the Kremlin says Putin has not issued an order to extend it. President Zelensky says Putin's words about a ceasefire have proven empty, claiming Russian attacks continued on Easter Sunday. Zelensky wrote on X in part, in practice, either Putin does not have full control over his army, or the situation proves that in Russia, they have no intention of making a genuine move toward ending the war and are only interested in favorable PR coverage. The back-and-forth accusations continue. Russia's defense ministry claims their troops have strictly observed the ceasefire and that Ukrainian forces had launched overnight attacks in the Donetsk region and had sent 48 drones into Russian territory. Previously, Moscow effectively rejected a separate ceasefire proposal backed by President Trump and endorsed by Ukraine. Secretary of State Marco Rubio warned that the U.S. may move on from trying to secure a Russia-Ukraine peace deal if there was no progress. As for civilians, many were marking Easter in fear. People gathered in damaged churches across Ukraine. And during a brief appearance at the Vatican, Pope Francis called for peace in Ukraine during his Easter message.
Believing in a ceasefire is deceiving yourself. We have already seen that this ceasefire has happened many times, and it is simply impossible to trust.
As it stands, President Putin called for the ceasefire to end at midnight Moscow time. In London, Stephanie Bennett, Fox News.
Well, as the war in Gaza rages on, the newest U.S. ambassador to Israel visited the Western Wall in Jerusalem. U.S. Ambassador Mike Huckabee is tasked with representing the new administration thousands of miles away. He arrived at the Western Wall Friday, placing a prayer handwritten by President Trump, wishing for peace in Israel. Huckabee sees his role as a critical link between the two allies.
Well, I think it's to carry the president's message to the government of Israel and to discuss with the government of Israel the things that are important to them to take back to the president, is to be that intermediary, which I will do with a great sense of responsibility and sobriety.
The new administration has been far less critical of Israel as they continue to strike the Gaza Strip, where Hamas is still holding 59 hostages. Ambassador Huckabee also discussing the issue of Iran, pointing to President Trump's efforts to find a solution to de-escalate regional tension.
Maryland Senator